Hello? Hello?
Hello, hello. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, looking good, looking good. So we're so excited to share this moment with you. We waited 2 years. 2 years we waited to share this moment with you. So thank you so much for being here today. So who's going to pass the slides today?
I will do it.
No, I will do it.
Okay, you do it. You go ahead.
Okay, so in our 8 years at Frisch, we have been working in the intersection of technology, creativity, and human experience. And in one way or another, we have been working for the greater good, so to say. I mean, like in every single one of our projects, we had this factor of greater good, right? And yeah, I have to make this joke where I say, this is who we are.
Well, and then 2 years ago, we were invited to the biggest project yet for us, or at least for a pitch for it. We are talking about a 2-year production with 6 interactive installations, and all for the upcoming biggest luminaire house of Europe. But
there's always a but. It was a marketing project. Where is the greater good in persuading people to buy products, right? I mean, we had the angel and the devil here, you know? It's like from one side, this wonderful project, you know, 6 interactive installations. We had the green light of the client to do whatever we wanted with it. But marketing project. So I come from marketing as well. Like that's my major, but I was like always the angel and the devil.
and
So,
also, no? Then,
yeah, exactly. So on top of that, no, do people even go to physical retail spaces nowadays, right? I mean, are they still relevant? And if so, how? And all these, you know, rabbit holes started, you know, going down and down to say like, okay, are we wasting our times here? Or is there something more, right?
But then we started thinking, right? So is there maybe a way that we can do a marketing project and give something good to people while doing marketing, right? What marketing does. And so is there a way that we can create value while driving sales and while increasing brand loyalty? And the answer for us was, well, yes, you can. With 3 simple steps. Well, it's not that simple, right? But
no, I mean, like now, joke aside, no, we have been at Frisch working for 8 years with this concept in mind, right? With these 3 principles that we're going to present to you today. And we never really had the chance to present it in such a bigger scale, to apply it in such a bigger scale. This was the first time that we could actually prove our theories. So this is why it's so exciting today to share this moment with us and to share these 3 principles in order to, you know, perhaps they help you for your next big XR project, and we will be really happy about that. So,
principle number 1.
1.
Balance the wow with the why.
So we have a question for you today. So XR creators, developers, by a raise of hands, you don't need to raise your hands if you don't want to, but you know, if you want to, we will be really happy about it. So how many of you were approached by someone who wanted an XR project saying, I want an XR project for the wow effect. I want it to be wow, wow, this is amazing. Yeah, because I want this for the wow effect.
Okay,
I want to see hands. Yes, we're many, right?
Okay, and all the others that didn't raise their hand, I'm assuming right now that you were approaching a developer asking for the extra, but we're not going to ask for hands here. No. But yeah, so what is our point here? We were talking about the wow and the why, no? Balance the wow and the why. And best we explain this with an example. Let's see something. So the project that you've just seen is called Sketch Your Lamp. So what have we done here? It's an installation where people can use mixed reality headset in a Luminar store, let's remember that, where lamps are sold, but they can go there and actually create their own lamp design. Using a holo box, we allow people from the outside to see what is happening in virtual reality, something that usually we don't see this kind of creation process. And then, when you're done with your design, you can print a QR code that you can take home, and using a mobile phone with a browser, you can place your creation in your place, and you can share it with other people. So what does that mean for the customer? In this case, we gave them a tool to empower them to unleash their inner artist. We all have a small artist waiting inside us, just getting a chance to create something. And here we are encouraging people to do this. And when it comes to the wow, they will be wowed. But the thing is, we're not broadcasting any wow to them. They are allowed to create their own wow. And when it comes to the brand, so isn't it any brand's view to get more, to understand more the mind of their customers? And in this installation, we actually give them a way to step into a dialogue with the customers to see if we give them a chance to create our products, their products themselves, what would they do?
Yeah. So actually, like, just a short parenthesis here. Like, we have created this slide for you to take a picture with a lot of information. So we're kind of making the summary right now. So you have three options. You can listen to us, you can read this, you can space out, you can do, you have many options to interact with the presentation. So that being said, let's look at this other example. You have seen the logo enough now. So one thing is to talk about your brand's passion, but a whole different thing is to help your customers feel it in their own skin. So this was the intention behind From Flame to Future. This is the project that we're talking about today. So From Flame to Future is a multisensory VR experience that explores the relationship of humanity with light. So light has gone a long way, right? I mean, since the discovery of fire, we discovered how to use it as a tool. So, and from this tool, right? I mean, like, we could stay up longer, we could feel safe, right? I mean, it's such an exciting journey, right? So it culminates to where we are again right now. That is, we created a language around light. I mean, right now, for example, we know that if we put a warm light somewhere, we want someone to feel at home, to feel cozy. If we go to the theater, we see a cold light, then we understand that it's a sad scene. So all this language, right? So this is what we wanted to encourage people to see. That is not, I mean, now talking about the benefits for the customers, no? I mean, first of all, is this magical moment of seeing fire in VR and actually feel it in their skin, listening to wind and then feeling it all around them, no? I mean, this combination between the physical and the digital. And besides that, it's also, and this is something very, very personal for us, like, we wanted to transform shopping into, like, from a transaction to something more of a mindful experience. So, for example, this, right? Like, we wanted people not to just go to a shop and say, okay, I buy this, yeah, it looks nice, yeah, I need it for this and that, but see this moment as a mindful experience, as something that they're there, that in right moment. So every time they go to a shop and they see the spot, you know, they remember that their product is a lot more than just a transaction. So what does it mean for the brand, right? So now, brand and customers share the same passion. So this is the why, right? I mean, now they both understand the why of why they're there, or why they have to
And
shop, yeah.
and speaking of passion, I mean, that brings us to principle number 2, right? So first comes the heart, and then comes the hardware. So when we're talking about the installations that we did, and you will hear a lot more about different tech, you know, XR, artificial intelligence, interactive LED walls and all this. Sounds very exciting, right? But when you look at the next 2 examples, pay attention and think, is there maybe something else that is really driving the wow and that is reaching our hearts, or is it just the hardware?
And the music is always the same, so we apologize
sorry.
for that.
Okay, so shopping with kids. Who are the parents here in the room? Let me see. Okay, so shopping with kids is awesome, right? For like 5 minutes, and then you have them crawling all over you. So this is why we created Lamps vs. Zombies. It's an AI-powered tower defense game designed for kids to transform into zombie-fighting lambs. So what do we give here to the kids? So for sure, you remember when you were small and you were walking in the dark, and then you have some trees around. They always transform into something creepy. Well, maybe there are some monsters, and like we have this inherent fear of darkness. And this is what we wanted to address in this installation. We wanted to empower kids to get the courage to fight the fear of darkness and to fight against whatever might be lurking behind there, and give them the power to actually win, right? And then, as a bonus point, of course, for us parents, we get a break to look around, you know, to shop in peace and actually have the time to make some useful decisions in the shopping.
And the kids get their physical exercise, which is also good.
Yeah. And then for the brand, of course, it's fantastic to see when kids can see themselves, you know, because they embody these little lamps. These lamps are, of course, products in the shop. They can see these lamps and say, hey, that was me. And of course, since they're not just playing with them by themselves or with their siblings, very often you see them playing with their parents. Of course, they're going to ask to go again to the shop for another round of Lamps vs. Zombies.
So, before we watch the next example, let's think about this question. Like, who enjoys going shopping with their partner? Like, who enjoys it? Just keep that thought in mind. So I have to say this because I want it out, and I'm not a coward because he's here. I hate shopping with my partner. I hate it so much. We never agree on what we want to buy. We never agree on a budget. We never agree in the time that we want to spend at the place. I mean, it's always like, okay, let's go shopping, you know, like this tension all the time. No, so I thought, okay, what do we need actually to survive this experience of shopping, right? So two things: communication and teamwork. And this is the intention behind Light My Way. So Light My Way is a co-op mixed reality experience. So you have one story in common. I mean, see the correlations here. So you have one story in common. You have two different devices. You have two different sides of the story. So one sees a piece of the story that the other one does not, and vice versa. And in order to win this game, the only way they can win this game is by communicating with one another. So they need to be a teamwork. So we made it easy enough, you know, to not create an extra situation of shopping there. So always saving the Earth from a malicious AI that took over all energy sources and left us in the dark. No? So we're actually saving humanity throughout time and space. So what does it mean for the customer? No? I mean, first of all, we are sending them a reminder of how awesome of a team they are. No, and that they can make it through this shopping experience, and not only make it, but actually enjoy it. No, that they can work together. So, and of course, that they have a bond that transcends time and space and shopping. So, and what does it mean for the brand? Actually, I mean, for the brand, it means that you're anchoring this special moment, this empowerment, right, to your shop, right? I mean, like every time you go there and you're feeling tense again because like, no, it's like, again, it's like, no, but remember when we were saving Earth from the malicious AI? No, we can actually do this, you know, like let's do this. Yeah, I mean, to put a bit of you know, action there, like a collaborative action. So, yeah.
And then principle number 3. There is no such thing as risk-free innovation. So, as you can see, like XR has a huge potential for innovation in retail spaces. I mean, just think of it. You can take the tiniest space, you can take a chair and create a whole world around it, a universe, a multiverse. It doesn't matter, you know, it's anything goes. But the important thing is, like, you have to keep in mind that it's not just the technology that is going to create these special moments. It's a combination of
technology, creativity, and human connection. I mean, innovation in XR is an alchemy of these three elements, right? I mean, the amount that we use for each of our projects, it will depend on our goals, it will depend on who we are as a company, as human beings. But one thing is for sure, that one cannot live without the others. So what do we need to master this alchemy? 2 words.
2 words: trust and courage. So it needs the trust in the people that you work with, that they share the same passion with you, the same vision and your dreams. And it needs you to trust not just in the spreadsheets that you sometimes like to hide behind, but it needs to trust your heart as well and your gut.
And also have the courage to leave behind what you know, to embrace true innovation. And are you afraid of losing this control? Good, because courage is not the absence of fear, as Dr. Susan David said. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is fear walking. So
as ChatGPT would say, in conclusion.
So have a purpose as strong as your why. Use technology meaningfully, and embrace the true meaning of innovation.
And by following these 3 principles, you will create unforgettable experiences that empower your customers,
while transforming your message into remarkable stories that they will be eager to share with others. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I think we still have time for some questions.
Okay.
So I would
I will open this again then.
I would like to ask the audience if anybody has a question. Raise your hands. Yes, thank you.
It's fine. Just leave it there.
Hey, thank you so much for the presentation. It was really inspiring. I have one question regarding the first project you shared, the one where the users could draw the lamps. And especially when giving users or customers the ability to design their own things, was there any consideration of having that actually manufactured afterwards? So could they get this? And if so, how did you handle manufacturability in this aspect?
So, I mean, we talked about trust and courage before, right? And we went in this whole project with a concept that we actually thought maybe you can really 3D print what people are. So it took us a little bit of time to realize that no, it's not possible because of physics. And so, but the great thing, and again, trust and courage, and like working together with your customers, with your client as well, that when you have this vision, you can transform it into something that is actually possible. And I think it was a really good solution after all that we made augmented reality model that now you can see it in the web browser and you can bring that with you, and that's perfectly fine because this doesn't need us to limit the drawing tool to something that is actually printable. And yeah.
But I would like to add something to that, no? Because like this installation is also meant to, I mean, from a marketing perspective, like, I hope it's okay that I say this, but the brand is organizing actually design competitions, like with design schools, to, you know, I mean, from a professional perspective, let's say, okay, you're a product designer and then you want to design your own lamp, so you have an activation around this installation, I mean, this concept, right? And from a user perspective, also something else that they're planning right now is that you actually get a limited edition of your design before, I mean, of course, before, after it passes through the product designer, right? But this is a bit to have this dialogue, right, between customer and brand, and to also for the customer to feel involved in the brands they love.
Thank you.
Thank you for this very, very interesting presentation. As I've seen, the EGLO project was a huge one. What's the story behind that? Did the client said, here you have a big shop and you can destroy everything and change everything? Or was it really step by step, here you can try in this corner and then you make the kids area? What's the story behind that?
You want to answer or shall I?
You can start and I can.
Okay, no, we always talk on top of each other. Like I talk a lot, you know, so I have to be sure that I'm
talk
like,
on top of you. No.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you imagine why we don't go shopping together. Well, now we do, you know. But actually, the beauty of this project for us, at least, is that we were involved from the very beginning. So what EGLO was doing is they wanted to co-create the space with the people that were going to be involved in the installations. No, so like this is not only how do you say, a space that is going to serve only for that, but it's actually something that you can think sustainably, right? I mean, you have the space that is going to be used, for example, for a VR experience. So the pod is there, for example, for the VR experience, but then you can make different experiences in the same place. No, the same goes for like My Way, for example. Like it's a room scale experience. You actually walk like in a room this size, right? So you can always change the content, but always having this space solely dedicated for that. No, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. My impression was that you have put different worlds and elements into a big shop. So that was my impression, and my question was, how was the story behind that? Did the client say, we need one small piece, and then it turned out it's a great success, and then it grew and grew? Or from the beginning, hey, you have here freehand, you have this blanco check and do whatever.
Yeah.
From the beginning, we had the chance, and this was also the exciting part, right? Because like, okay, so the customer journey, I leave it to you, no, for the experiences. So actually, we just saw 4 of the 6 experiences, right? But I mean, each of the experiences, since the moment that you go through the door, like you are received by an interactive installation, you know, that is actually like, remember the Pixar lamp? No? So it's like the Pixar lamp with like AI enhanced, let's say. So you actually arrive and the lamp becomes your pet lamp, like each person is assigned a lamp, no? So the lamp is really eager to see you, and it plays around with you, it follows you around like throughout all this space, and it's only for you, no? It's a lamp only for you, no? So you create this emotional bond with the product since the moment that you go through the store, no? But also each of the experiences like follow a story, actually. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't have the time to go through all of them, but it was quite exciting and also like so much responsibility, right? I mean, to do it, but everything worked out fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Really great presentation, really great examples and use cases in retail spaces. So we used up all our time for this morning, but I'm sure if you have more questions, please come to them, I guess, now, and or email them or call you. I'm sorry for saying
Whatever
that.
you choose.
Yeah, well, I guess it's fine. So anyways, yeah, so they're available now or later for you if you have any more questions. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming here.